There are many things Jesus could do that we can't, but there are those who will still scheme about how it might be possible to appear to be walking on the water of the Sea of Galilee, and some rather foolish plans have been made to submerge concrete blocks beneath its surface, but thank God they haven't been carried out to date. But the lesson of the gospel for us is not so much about the divine nature of Jesus being displayed as he walks on the sea, and any of us trying to imitate him in that. Rather, it is about Peter's all too human response when Jesus invites him to join him. Indeed, at that initial invitation of Jesus to come to him on the water, Peter trustingly steps out of that boat, a real act of faith for someone who has spent so much of his life on the water as a fisherman and who knows the dangers of the Sea of Galilee, especially during a storm. Yet this momentary display of profound faith and trust on Peter's part, and not in his own ability, but in that of Jesus, quickly vanishes as Peter analyzes the unlikelihood of being able to do what he is doing. And so fear overwhelms him, and then he begins to sink. Jesus names Peter's flaw: little faith. Not complete lack of faith, but not enough faith to continue doing what Peter believed he could not do, which was, with the help of Jesus, to master even the turbulent waters of that stormy sea. The lessons to be found in this gospel are as obvious as they are profound, and they are essential for all of us. Peter represents all of us who have faith, who want to trust Jesus more completely, trust him that he will not permit us to be overwhelmed by the turbulent seas of life that we all face from time to time. Yet when the problems, challenges, disappointments, losses, and difficulties, in whatever form they may come to us in our personal lives, really start to rock our boats, we can let doubt and fear diminish our faith in Jesus as well. Faith that he will not let us drown. Trust that he can be relied upon to save us. Of course, our defeat would not be literally drowning as much as it would be sinking into despair, letting the storms of life rob us of our hopeful trust that the divine providence on display in Jesus, the goodness, the mercy, the compassion, is accompanying us in every circumstance, as much as that accompanied Peter and the original disciples in that storm in their battered boat. And Jesus is no less willing to help us as he helped them. In that, we need to trust. Certainly, each and every one of us has our own personal challenges in life, which can move us to try to steel ourselves with a deeper faith in order to endure those or overcome them. But at the present time, and in these current circumstances, in the midst of a pandemic, all of us are in some sense in the same boat at the moment. The recent past has been rather scary, with the widespread outbreaks of this virus and the many resulting fatalities. The present remains highly unusual, with continued closures, quarantines, social distancing, mask wearing, and that consequent sense of suffocation and maybe isolation. The future is still uncertain, with no end to this threat yet in sight, and the prediction of additionally thousands more deaths even on our own nation alone before an end does come about. So it is understandable that there is plenty of fear and grief to go around, and with these often come anger and doubt. How could God do this? Why is God letting this happen? If there is a God, why won't he intervene and make all of this go away and save us? These are questions people ask. But the wise among us will not be so quick to blame God as to try to place their trust in him. Trust that while this is indeed a plague of biblical proportions in our own day, to trust it wasn't sent by divine decree to punish us, but if not originally created, then in the least it is being spread by human error and ignorance. But that being said, the truth is that it can be used by divine providence to save us, if with faith we would allow that to be the case. We might hear Jesus giving the same invitation to us that he did to Peter. Come to me across the turbulent waters, so that in these difficult times we might turn to Jesus as much, if not more, than we turn to the news that can be often upsetting, or entertainments that just distract us, in order to face the truth of the situation with a new serenity, because through prayer and worship, maybe in person here or remotely through the live stream, we are trying to strengthen our faith in the abiding presence of Christ. And as Christ comes to us in word and sacrament to strengthen us, let us also discern the call to better imitate him, not by trying to walk on water, but in seeking to go out to others to accompany them, especially those who might be in danger of being overwhelmed by the present situation, inviting them to rely on us, just as we rely on Christ, and so to lend to them what Christ so generously lends to us: strength in weakness, calm in fear, faith in doubt.